Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Um, I just like to say that this is my experience about going to heaven. Like, I know that sounds kind of cliche, but every other week, every other day, I get these strong visions about me going to heaven in the spiritual realm and how things play out. And this one in particular was one of the most crystal clear visions that I ever got in my life. And I'm gonna start off by saying God is real. God is real. Just really believe that God is real. Um, there is life after death, and always keep God first. Don't never put him off as a second option in your life. Keep him first before everything you do. And his judgment upon us is real. And I'm going to tell you why from this vision that I got. So, when I pray at night, I pray for God, to show me signs and give me visions, And sure enough, he gave me a vision last night. And this vision of heaven and the sun and everything that was in that realm, everything that was in that life, it was just so crystal clear. Like, the sun in the sky is not brighter than the light in heaven. And I don't know if the light was being reflected from him, or I don't know if the light was just off to the side being as a reflector somewhere in heaven. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you this, one thing I do know. The light that's in heaven is brighter and it's clear. And when I mean brighter and clear, like the sun in the sky, it kind of got like this orange look to it, this yellowish orange look to it. It's not like that in heaven. It got like a straight, clear, bright effect. Like if somebody was, like if the police was to pull you over and put the light directly in your eyes, but brighter. So in this vision, first to start off, I'm in a room. I'm in a room with a lady, and it's like she was evaluating me or something. Like, she was asking me questions, she was evaluating me, but she already knew who I was, so it really didn't make it really didn't make as much sense to me, because she was evaluating me, but she already knew who I was at the same time, right? And she was just asking me questions, but all the questions I didn't know or you know was taking me a while to answer, she answering for me about me, right? And it kind of tripped me out. And I know that sounds strange, but it kind of tripped me out. Like, she was evaluating me, but she already knew everything about me. Okay, so we sitting there and she asking me questions, and she evaluating me and everything like that. And for some reason, I knew this was a godly vision. I kind of felt it in my spirit. I just knew it. So I turn around, I look, and I see like a bunch of kids, a bunch of newborns. I see a bunch of newborns just, sitting around. I see a bunch of a bunch of kids just sitting around. And I don't know if them was the kids that passed away at birth, and they was accepted into heaven. I don't know. But I just seen a bunch of newborns sitting around, right? So I look across the room and it's only a few people in the room. It's me, her, and it's I believe it's like it was another lady in the room. It was another lady. So actually it was another guy in the room. It was another guy in the room. He looked like he was a white guy or something, looking like he was, I don't know, just keeping tabs on certain stuff she was asking. And mind you, everything I thought about, like everything I thought about in my head, it was like if I was asking them a question. Like they can hear my thoughts in this place. They can hear my thoughts. Everything I thought about, they heard it. And so as I'm browsing, looking around, the room's starting to fill up a little bit, right? And more people are starting to enter into this room. And by the time I know it, it was like I was sitting down in a chair. We go from the room, where it's closed in, like we not outside, to me sitting down in a chair outside. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm sitting down in a chair, but it looked like an auditorium or something, right? It looked like I was sitting down in like an auditorium. I'm not lying. Look, it looked like I was sitting down in like an auditorium, but we was outside. And just for the record, if you think it's a bunch of people in heaven, like a whole lot of people in heaven, you wrong. It's not a lot of people in heaven. It's don't get me wrong. It's many people in heaven. Like it's people up there, but not like hell. Not like hell. And this video ain't got nothing to do with hell, but I'm gonna tell you why though. So I'm sitting down, right? I'm sitting down in a chair. All of a sudden, coming from out this first room where the lady was evaluating me at, right? And as I look around, I see other people sitting down in this chair too, right? And I'm starting to get ever since I left the last room, I kind of knew I was somewhere else, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, where's God at? Like, I see these people around me, I'm assuming that they angels. But I'm starting to think to myself, like, where's God? Where can God be at, right? And all these different people is walking into this place where we sitting down now outside in chairs, right? And people just looking around, people coming, people looking around, we gathering. It's getting kind of full, but not full. I say it was probably like 50 of us at the most outside sitting down in these chairs, right? Probably about 50 to 100 of us at the most. And I knew, I just knew it was something in me. It said, you in heaven right now, bro. You in heaven. Because you can see how the sky was, right? And everybody there was so generous. It was sinners there too. It was a few sinners there, people that was on their way to get judged and everything like that. And I was one of them. And I'm gonna finish it off. And I could tell that I was somewhere else, but it was so beautiful. And it was like 50 to 100 of us sitting down in these chairs. We was like outside. And this young black man looked at probably about, I say no more than 30. No more than, for sure he wasn't 40 or nothing like that. He looked at no more than 30. A young black man walk in and everybody stand up, right? So I'm assuming in my head, like, who is he to get this much praise, right? And sure enough, that was the Son of Man. That was God. And I turned to my I turn over my shoulder and look like towards my left, in the row that was in front of me, and dude looked, and one of the people that was there looked, and he said, "There you go." He like gave me the nod, like, that's him. That, that's God. You feel what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, man. From what I seen, he was dark skinned. He was dark skinned. He was. I'm telling you, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. God was dark skinned. He was young. He looked it like he was no more than. He for sure wasn't in his 40s. He for sure was not in his 40s, bro. He had to be in his late 20s to his early 30s. Had to be. Had to be. No doubt about it. So, dude gave me the head nod, like, that's him. There you go. You know, everybody gave him the standing ovation. So I knew he had to be somebody else, because when everybody else was walking into the room, like other people was walking into this place, people weren't standing up for them. But when he walked in the room, everybody like acknowledged his presence, right? And dude told me, like, that's him. That's God. So he looked it like, you know how they say, like, he come from parts of you know, over there towards man, I don't want to get it messed up, but he come from like where black folks, you know, where we roamed at, you feel what I'm saying, where it was nothing but black folks, basically Africa. I'm gonna say Africa. I forgot the city name, but basically Africa. You know where I'm talking about, the city that they say he supposedly come from, where it's all people of color. He looked at like he was like African mixed with like kind of African, you know, or something like that. Like he looked at like he was mixed with African. And I'm talking about Christ. I'm talking about the Son of Man. You feel what I'm saying? Manifest in the flesh. And he looked at like he was mixed with like African and stuff like that, right? So he start you know, Nazareth, and you know, over that way, you know, they say a lot of people of color come from up over there, and you know, it just looked like he was mixed with like African, you know, and stuff like that. But to get back to the story, when he started talking, everybody listened, and he ain't got no like squeaky voice or nothing like that. He talked with a deep voice, like, you know, like with a deep voice. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm excited. I'm sitting back. I'm looking, and it's so crystal clear. It's so crystal. I mean, it was, dude, when I say this world, this life is just a reflection on what the afterlife is. The afterlife is 10 times more clear than this life we living in right now. And I'm going to let you know why. So I'm sitting there and I'm just soaking it all up. I forgot exactly what he was saying, but he was talking to us. He was talking to everybody that was in that little section, right? And I'm just looking at it and I'm like, wow. I'm like, I'm amazed. I'm astonished. I'm like, dude, this is my heavenly Father in front of me. You know, like I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And so as he getting ready to stand up after he got through from talking to us, I forgot the choice of words that he had gave us, but he was talking to us. And like I said, he spoke like they said in the Bible, with a sound of many waters. You know, his voice was deep. It wasn't like mine's, put it like that. Like, little accent, little squeakiness, none of that. He had a deep voice and you heard everything he said. And you paid close attention to what he was talking about. So let me get more detailed into it as I go into the story. So he stand up after he got through from talking to us, right? And he started walking off. And as he got in front of this light, mind you the height. I seen his height. He only looked at probably like 5'9", 5'10". See, I'm 5'9". He probably looked at like around my height. No taller than 6 feet for sure. For sure. He was no taller than 6 feet. No taller. He was probably about 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", up in that height range. The Son of Man that's manifested in the flesh. As they call Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach. You know what I'm saying? He was probably about 5'9", 5'10", dark skin, kind of yoked a little bit, deep voice, very young looking. Not really a whole lot of hair on his face. He ain't have like a short haircut from what I've seen. He had like a little bit of hair on his head, but a short haircut, no beard, none of that, just straight skin. And you know that's the you know, to better describe him, that's how I'm gonna put it. And so as he got up, right, and he walking, and he just walking, he walking towards like this, he walking towards it looked like it was the sun, but you know how our sun looked like it's way far off in the sky. This light looked like he can just reach and grab it if he wanted to. It was like, from like when he started walking, right, we still was sitting down outside from where we was at. The distance, he was probably like 50 to 70 feet off in front of us, walking towards this light, and we all looking at him. And as he walking towards this light, I'm not kidding you, I'm not lying, I put this on my soul, you can see the spirit you can see, like, okay, I'm gonna say the Holy Spirit that manifested inside of him, and the spirit grew bigger than the sky. You might not believe me. I don't care if you don't believe me or if you do, but I'm just letting you know what I seen, man. I'm letting you know, and I feel like it's really on me to share this with you guys, man, because I always ask, you know, our Heavenly Father for signs and vision, for visions and things like that. And I share them with the world to let them know, you feel what I'm saying, God is real. He walked towards this light. It looked like he can almost grab the light if he wanted to. Like he can grab it, put it out, whatever he wanted to do with it. You know, as he walking towards this light and he stood in front of the light, man, I'm not kidding you, man. His, like, you couldn't see the body no more. You couldn't see the Son of Man, the little him, the 5'9" him. You couldn't see that no more. All you seen when he stood in front of the light is a big shadow. Like, the shadow was so big, and it was so, like, it was bigger than the sky. Like, where we was at, it looked like we was probably somewhere in the sky. Because how I could tell, when you look off, like, of a matter of fact, we was in the sky, but we was like structured. We was like, I don't know, we was in heaven, man. Put it like that, man. We was in heaven, man. And I don't know exactly what we was sitting on, if it was clouds, if it was sky, I don't know. But when you look off like 100 feet, all you see is sky. That's all you seen. So when he stood in front of the light, right, you didn't see the body no more. All you seen was like a spirit, and the spirit was gigantic, dude. It was like a big spirit, and it was glowing with light, with power, with reflection. You can feel it. You feel what I'm saying? It was bright as the sun, dude. I'm talking about light that's bright. You feel what I'm saying? And as he stood in front of this light, we all just looking so stunned, like, wow. He walked off from the light, right? And now he back as the Son of Man. He just walking. He walked off from the light. And it was this horse. It was this horse. I don't know what it was. It was some lions, and there was a few horses. And it was looking like a jungle he was walking towards. And there was a lake down there, right? It was a lake. I'm not lying, man. I can't make this stuff up, man. It was a lake down there where he was at, right? Dude, it's kind of getting me, it just Just bear with me, man, because it was so crystal clear. I can't believe this, man. It was a lake, man. It was a lake over there where he was walking towards, right? He hopped on the horse. He hopped on the horse, right? When he hopped on the horse, the dude next to me, he was like kind of running off at the mouth, right? He was like, oh, he's showing off now. He want to, look, this one dude next to me seeing, right? He like, oh, he's showing off now. He want to hop on the horse. He want to show us that, you know, that he can ride on the horse. You feel what I'm saying? With nothing under it, right? Look, he hopped on his horse. The Son of Man, he hopped on his horse. You feel what I'm saying? Or an ass, whatever you want to call it, how they describe it in the Bible. He hop on it. And he started like riding the horse, right? And he on the lake now. And you can see the little trees that was it was like a lake, and then it was like some trees over there beside the lake. It was nothing but trees and lake. He hop on the horse, right? And he moving real fast. I'm talking about he moving so fast on the horse. You got lions behind him. You had what I see. I seen a few lions behind him, a few more horses. It almost looked like a chariot or something. And I'm thinking like them must have been angels, you know, behind them, but they wasn't in like a human form. They was like you know, lions and stuff, right? Because he had lions and horses and some more stuff behind him. But it was just him on his one horse in the front. He was leading the pack, right? He riding on water. He riding on the water. You feel what I'm saying? He riding on water. You feel me? And he riding so fast. He moving so fast, right? He moving so fast. It looked like, oh yeah, and to let you know something else, it looked like he had on like a yellowish orangish shirt. I don't know, I couldn't really recall. It looked like he had on a yellowish orangish shirt. No robe or nothing like that. Not a robe or nothing like that. It looked like he had on like a yellowish or orangish orange shirt or something like that. And he riding on his horse, right? And they go mind you, like I told y'all at the beginning, we in the outside. It looked like we was in the auditorium, but you know how they got the auditorium set up when, you know, a kid's about to graduate or something like that, and they set the chairs out and everything. They had the chairs set up in perfect form. Well, that's how we was, but we was outside. But when you look behind yourself, like when one of us would look behind, like what was behind us, it looked like a school. It looked like a school or like a community, and it go way to the back. So what I'm thinking like, wow, this is the holy city. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this the real deal. You feel me? This the holy city behind us. You feel what I'm saying? And it got schools and stuff up there. You feel what I'm saying? For if you want to learn or whatever. And that's when you look behind us, like, you know, when you looking straight, all you see is this bright light. You see this bright source of light. And to the side, you see the lake. And then, like, on the other side of the lake, you see nothing but like like nothing but trees, like a forest. Like, but the trees wasn't that tall. You feel what I'm saying? But like a forest or something, you know, up over there. And then when you look back, you see like this city, and you see a school in there, and you see some more buildings behind you, right? So the girl, the people that was with me, we were sitting there, and it was sinners there. It was people that I'm assuming that probably was already dead, already gone. And it was people that was a few angels that pretty much that was in the crowd too. That just wasn't letting you know that they was angels, but they was there watching, like watchers. You feel what I'm saying? And this dude that was next to me, man, he crazy, man. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, he was like, that's amazing. He was like, he trying to show off a little bit. He was like, he trying to show off a little bit. And then the girl next to me, she was like, well, he, you know, he do got people that's striving, that's looking up to him. Like, this what the girl was saying next to me. She was like, well, he do got people that's striving, that's looking up to him. And she said a few more choice of words. I really can't I forgot at this moment, right? And I'm just looking at him like, man, that's my hero, man. That's who I want to be like. I'm just telling them this, right? I'm telling them this, right? I'm like, man, that's my hero. That's who I want to be like, man. And this is why they tell you to prepare yourself to meet God, and not meet God and prepare yourself. Because when you die, you don't want to have symptoms. And this just something else I want to let y'all know. You don't want to have symptoms, like earthly symptoms, and symptoms, you know, from this earth, and things that you used to, you know, do, or things that you was a part of and stuff like that. This is why the Bible tells you, you know, prepare yourself, you know, and you know, prepare yourself, you know, to meet the Lord. You feel what I'm saying? And it says, many shall call, but only a few shall be chosen. Now, this dude broke out a conversation, the one that was next to me. Like I told you, it was sinners up there too. And he just broke out. He was like, man, he was like, I don't drink. He was like, I don't smoke no more. He was like, but I drink though. Drinking is my stuff, right? And we started getting into like a dialect of a conversation. And I was like, man, I don't smoke no more, man. I'm trying to leave all that stuff alone, man. So when I get to here, I'll be cool, man. I'll be good, right? And we just start conversating about that, right? Real hard. And I'm still amazed as well. I'm like, in the vision, listen to me. In the vision, I'm telling dude, like, dude, when I get back to earth, I'm telling him this. Like, that's how I know I was in heaven, bruh. You can believe me or not. That's your choice. That's your opinion. I'm telling dude in the dream, in the vision, whatever you want to call it. I'm telling them, I'm like, man, dude, when I get back to earth, dude, I'm telling people about this. I can't believe it. Like, it was so crystal clear. Everything I seen from God, his height, his color, the people that was around me, where we was at, the angels, the light that was in heaven, the sky, the trees, the lake. It was so clear, dude. It was just so crystal clear. Crystal clear. I'm like, dude, when I get back to earth, I gotta tell people about this, man. I got to. He was like, yeah, that'd be the best thing to do. You know, the way, I mean, I still, right now as I speak, I still can't believe what I seen, man. You know, I never in my life, I had visions about heaven before. I had visions about hell and the spiritual realm before, and everything of that nature. But I never had a vision as clear as this one. This vision, in a nutshell, outdo all them visions. This vision right here it had to be God talking to me, because let me tell you why. Let me detail it out some more. So me and the girl started back talking. Me and this dude and this girl, we was talking. Right when me and dude got done talking about, you know, the sin we used to embrace in and be a part of, and the things we not trying to embrace in and being part of no more, to be here. And I was telling them, I was like, I don't want to leave, man. I was like, I was telling dude this. I was like, if Father God tell me you can't go back, I was gonna tell him I don't want to go back. That's how beautiful it was. Listen to me, man. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not lying, man. God is real, man. Just remember that. You can get that out your head. If you think he ain't real or he real or not, I'm here to set it off and set it straight for you. He's real. Heaven is real, and I'm pretty sure hell is real, and I'm going to tell you why. So, as God, right, he was riding through the lake on a horse. Remember I told you that, right? And the holy angels that was following behind him, but they was lions. It was some more horses and stuff like that following behind him. It looked like a chariot. He go around this long building, right? What you would think that's only like, you know, you can go, because it looked like you can just walk straight around it and you will be where we at. But remember I told you the buildings stretch way down, like it goes far back. So right, this the lake like is to your right. And the lake stretches, it goes way back, right? The lake. And on side of the lake, like way to the side of the lake, is the trees. It's like the forest, you know, it's like the trees and stuff like that. Trees and stuff. And when you look back behind you, this school / city / I don't know, you know, it stretches right on side of the lake. Like it stretches, the lake is right here and the city is right here, and the city goes as far as back as you can possibly look. I'm serious, man. The city go far back, right? So as God, he riding a horse on the lake. He riding the horse on the lake. He or whatever it was, a river, it wasn't an ocean, because you know the oceans is much bigger. It was either a river or it was a lake or something like that. It had to be one of the two or something like that. He riding the horse on the lake, right? And he go way back, but he get there fast though. He ain't moving slow. He get there fast, and he go behind the building, right? He go behind the building to where we was at. So now he behind us. But now, instead of him riding on the lake, he behind us on side of the building. And I didn't know this, right? But some of the people that was there already knew where he was going. So now he behind us on the side of one of the buildings that's behind us. And the girl looked at me, and for some reason she like it looked like her face I'm not gonna say it turned like demonic. That's not what I want to say. Her face turned like a disappointment. It looked like if she was disappointed in me all of a sudden. The same girl I was talking to, we was just smiling with each other. We was just laughing with each other and everything. And when she pointed her finger at me, her finger like poked me. Like she was like, go back, right? Go back. You feel what I'm saying? This is what she was telling me. Her finger like poked me. She like poked me. Go back. And everybody like majority of the 50 to the 100 people that was there, remember I was telling you, everybody stood up and they looked at me. They say, go back, man. You got to go back. They say, go back. They say, he back there. He want to see you. And I'm looking like, who back there? So now in my spirit, because I know I'm not in the flesh. I'm in the spirit. I can feel it. I'm getting scared. I'm getting chills now. I'm like, who back there? You feel what I'm saying? Y'all telling me to go back. But mind you, I just seen God, the Son of Man, go all the way around the lake, around the building, back up into behind where we was at. So now it popped in my head, God back there, and he want to see you, bruh. Yeah, he want to see you, bruh. He want to see you, bruh. So listen, I'm scared, man, because I'm just scared, right? I'm nervous, right? I'm like, why y'all not coming with me, right? I'm like, why y'all not coming with me? They like, you got to go back there. He want to see you, man. And when they said he, I'm knowing that they was talking about God. I'm knowing they was. So I kind of start creeping back there. I ain't want to just run back there or, rush back there. So I kind of start skipping back there a little bit, just a little bit by a little. Then I peeked around the curve, and there he was in the book of life. And he was flipping pages. Whoop, Whoop! I'm telling you, bro, God is real. The book of life is real. The angels, the holy angels in heaven is real, bro. Listen to me. I peeked back there, right? I ain't want to rush back there because I was kind of scared. You know, they say fear nobody but God. And you gonna fear God, believe me, one way or another. So I was kind of peeking around the corner trying to see if I could see him. And I seen his back, right? And I seen him, right? And I'm like, man, there you go. He about to judge me, bruh. Like, I already knew what was about to happen. He about to tell me if I made it or not. He about to judge me. So I started peeking. I'm like, man, bruh, I'm scared, bruh. And he was flipping through the book, the book of life. It was sitting on like a stand. It was a big book sitting on like a stand. And it was flipping through the page. He was flipping through the page. He was flipping through the page. He was flipping through the page. So I peeked around the corner and I was just looking, and I was standing right there till he got done flipping, right? So he kept flipping. He kept flipping. He kept flipping. He turned around and he looked at me. And he looked at me with this look like, I expect more from you kind of look. Like, you know me, and you know what I think of you, and you know about me. So don't play. He looked at me like that. He ain't a game, bruh. God not a game. He not a joke. He not gonna lollygag with you. He not gonna play with you. Period. So from me to you, to everybody out there in the world, get your life right, man, and keep God first, and build a relationship out of this world with God, man, because when you die, you is going to be judged, bruh. Period. And right after God got through from flipping through the book of life, right, he looked at me with this cold look, and I knew it was coming. I just kind of felt it. I kind of felt it in my spirit. Something gave me the feeling like, you didn't make it. You know what I mean? Like, when he looked at me, I can, you can basically read his face expressions, like, basically, bro. Like, the way he looked at me serious, like a serious look. No smirks, none of that. He looked at me serious, bro. And he looked at me with a sorrow look, like, you know about me though. Like, why you down there? Why like, why is you doing that? Like, you ain't even gotta be, you, like, he basically was, he basically gave me a look like, you was doing good, but you can do better. Yeah, you telling people about me. Yeah, you praising my word and my name, but you can do it a little bit better than what you doing. I know you can. And when he looked at me like that, in my spirit, right, I kind of knew, like, I'm going to hell, bro. Like, Father God disappointed at me because he gave me the look. I kind of read his face expressions. And right after I read his face expressions, he said, you have been struck to hell. And I woke up. I'm not lying. That's what he said, bruh. Bruh. He said it with a, bruh. When I woke up, I woke up with tears rolling down my face because I said I disappointed Father, bruh. I said, bro, I just woke up with tears running down my face, bruh, because I couldn't believe it, bruh. That he sent a strong vision like that upon my head. When he turned around and he looked at me, I'm going to say one more time to y'all. He turned around and he looked at me. He looked me dead in my eyes. He looked me through my soul, bruh. And he said it with a deep voice, a powerful voice, like it can almost blow you away if he wanted to, like a hurricane, bruh. He said, you have been strike to hell. Just like that. Just like that. And the moment he said that, I got this chill. I woke up with this chill. I woke up cold with this vibe. Like, I can't believe it, bro. Like, I disappointed my father, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro. I just couldn't believe it. So, what I'm telling y'all, bro, God is real, bro. The holy angels is real. The holy city is real. Hell is real, because he wouldn't have told me I have been strike to hell. He wouldn't have told me that if it wasn't real. Hell is real. Keep God first, bro. Do not make God a secondary option in your life. I don't care what you're doing. I'm a musician. You know, I make music and I love doing it. I do it with a passion. I feel like that's one of the gifts he gave me, you know, to make an impact and reach as many people as possible here on earth, you know, through spreading his gospel and his word to, you know, to my advantage. You feel what I'm saying? The best way I can, you know, and I just tell y'all, man, just keep God first, bro. He real. Judgment Day is real. You know, the Bible is real. The Bible make things clear, more clear than you can possibly even imagine. The Bible is real, bro. Read the Bible, bro. Preach his word, bro. I'm not telling you that you're going to be perfect at everything. I'm not telling you that. But just try not to make as many mistakes, you know, as you made before. Try to correct your mistakes. Try to be as positive as possible. Try to be as inspiring as possible, uplifting as possible. You know, try to be as respectable as possible. Try to build a relationship and a connection with God out of this world. You feel what I'm saying? Because everybody got to face him, bro. Everybody got to face him, bro. And you know, we all shall be judged according to how, you know, how we lived our life. And, you know, you don't want that to be you really in the spiritual realm facing God and he tell you to depart from him, or you have been strike to hell and, you know, that's it. You know, you have to perish. You feel what I'm saying? So I just say, man, study, research, pray, spread his gospel, spread his word, do all you can while you can, bro, because time is running out. You feel what I'm saying? Like it says in the Bible, everything on this earth shall pass away, bro. You know, and man, bro, just keep your faith, bro. I'm not telling you you're gonna be perfect at doing what you're doing, and you ain't gonna make any mistakes, you know, in this life. But just always keep God first, bro. Keep God first. Stay prayed up. Talk to him, bro. Ask him for forgiveness. Ask him to forgive you for your sins, for your wrongs. You feel what I'm saying? Ask him to lead you, guide you, direct you, give you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the truth. Because without knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you basically lost. You feel what I'm saying? Ask him to give you a sense of foundation, bro. To guide you, bro, to lead you, bro, in the right direction, bro, to put you on track, bro, with everything that you need to know that's gonna fulfill your needs of growing closer to him and making it, bro, through them gates. You feel what I'm saying? Once you gone, you feel me? Because this world is just a reflection, a little reflection on what the afterlife really got to bring and offer. And I'm just talking about like from a visual standpoint, from a physical standpoint, from an actual, you know, mental standpoint and everything, bro. Like, you know, this just the beginning, bro. And I pray this message really heal people or reach people. It set people on the right track, you know, into growing closer with God. Read your Bible, study your Bible. And the Bible would say faith without works is dead. So, you know, study this, you know, study to show thyself approved. Help people, you know, do your best, man, all you can, man, to let God know, man, that you care about him, you love him, man, and that he all you need, bruh. You feel what I'm saying? Everything else is secondary. You know, everything else comes after that, you know. God comes first, bruh. You feel what I'm saying? Like, period. Before anything else. You feel what I'm saying? So remember that. I pray this message heal y'all, give y'all peace, give y'all knowledge, wisdom, understanding, help y'all along the way. Thank you, and God bless. God bless.